Venus Buttercup.
Reese's Peanut Buttercup.
I don't think. No.
It's shaped like a penis.
You know what's fucked
There you
up?
go.
Like, you do this to all my favorite things. You do that with fucking Dr. Pep. Fuck!
Hey!
Oh, hi guys. Right.
I'm ready to talk about that pizza.
Already just pissing me off. That was like one of the worst ways to start off, dude. Just like saying dumb shit. Anyways, Jet does this thing where she fucking changes the names to stuff I like with Dr. Pepper. She called it Dr. Peppus. Okay, I don't even like that. And like, there's enough like weird names out there. I don't even know if like the shit's real. Like, there's even like a cheap Dr. Pepper that's called Dr. Thunder.
And I wish I could see what everyone's saying.
What?
I wish I could see what everyone's saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, fucking shit. Anyways, guys, so now they can see what's going on. Dr. Teeth, Dr. Zeus, Dr. Herbert, Dr. Katz, Dr. McCoy. What the hell, Ryan? There's a lot of doctors that you know. And plus, you didn't even like do like the main. Hey, there you go, Dr. Sleep. That's the one I was looking for. Edward's
Dr.
cool.
Phil.
I'm waiting for Dr. Dre.
Dude, you know, is it bad that I always get Uncle Phil and Dr. Phil mixed up?
No.
Because they look the same. No, I'm just playing. I'm just stupid. Anyways, Ganja, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing fine, just chilling, killing it. Just got done watching George Lopez do the same bits from 10 years ago.
Yes. Did he do it for cheap this time? Or do it for half? Whatever the fuck it's called?
Nah, he did it for free because I stole that shit.
Woo! Terrible. It's on Netflix, too. Why would you do that? It's already free.
Principal.
Roxy, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
JJ,
Got some sour Skittles.
those are delicious. JJ Panda, what's up, man? How you doing? And Jet's over here probably been doing something weird. Jet, how you doing? What's up?
I had her snacks and shit.
I'm putting on lipstick.
Putting on lampstick?
Not sharing her snacks with her family. Horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
Why
be sharing
would-
fucking snacks,
okay.
to be honest.
First of all, why would, if you know you're gonna eat something that's for you, why would you put it out in the kitchen?
Because everyone puts their stuff in the public area. That's why we share stuff.
How many people did
No.
you grow up with?
I grew up with a sister.
Really?
And
Try
a little
now,
brother.
okay, now try growing up with a group of 7 people.
Yeah, share the shit in the fridge.
No.
No, you
No.
gotta hide your shit, put that shit in the back of the fucking door or something. Like, I don't know. I actually agree with Jet there. Don't
You
share.
if you don't hide your shit, you put it in, you put it somewhere to basically, maybe, oh, for later. You go in there, all that shit's gone. You didn't even get a bite of it.
That's why I got my snack purse.
Babe,
This is life. This is life.
you gotta share.
No, I ain't sharing. That's
Sure.
my snack purse.
Wait, snack purse though? So you walk around with it just to go portable
She got
fucking
a whole
refrigerator going
ass
on?
purse though.
No, like I showed you a picture of it the other day. It's a little backpack, and I put all my snacks in it.
Yeah. By the way, Ganja, is your fan on?
Yes, it is. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Flowers.
some airbending over there a little bit, just a little bit.
Earth, wind, fire. Oh, we're wrong show.
But yeah. So here's the thing though. About this though, I am gonna bring up something that I didn't even know was coming out because there's so many specials that are coming out that were recorded before Corona. I think they're just like coming out now. Which makes sense, you know. There's really nothing else to fucking watch except for podcasts, and good God, I'm sick of the fucking podcasts. I gotta say though, why in the fuck is this thing called we'll do it for half? Like, did they explain that at all, Roxy? Because for me, I'm like, this is kind of like it can either be something that's about Trump or it could be something that is insulting their own kind.
They never really touched on it. I thought it was just a Mexican joke. Like, you know how white people usually be overcharging everybody for everything? If you go to a Mexican, like, they'll tell you straight up, like, nah, we don't need all that bullshit. We'll do it for half. I completely forgot about the Trump tweet until you mentioned it.
Yeah, Memories saying, does the chat take count as a podcast? I hope so.
Do we?
Like,
Eh?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like personal conversations you guys are hearing in on. That'd be fucking weird. But yeah, man. But how about you, Ganja? Like, do you remember this being explained at all? And by the way, too, were you hyped about this?
No. I actually didn't know he was gonna have a special come out recently. I was worried that it was gonna be mostly old bits, but it was the other worst case scenario with a lot of comedians his age, and people just get like wrapped up in their own kind of like echo chamber of jokes and pretty much just deal with the prospect of getting old as an entertainer. You just get stuck in your ways. Where a lot of his jokes fell like really flat, and a lot of the ones that did hit, like they were no different than the ones that I used to watch when he was first doing his stand-up specials on HBO and shit. Like not truly too much has changed in that regard.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about stuff like Why You Crying and Team Leader and those, and very like it's pretty much like the Mexican version of like Eddie Murphy's Delirious and shit like that, where lots of it's about like, hey, don't be a pussy, like the why you crying, it's like, why you crying, you fucking loser, blah, blah, like.
Essentially, that's all. It's mostly just all that. That's one thing Roxy got into was like the whole machismo bullshit that he still is kind of pushing. Even though like he mentions that like that's old school mentality shit throughout his special. So I didn't. It was weird. Like I don't know where he really wanted to be.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Roxy. Like when you brought up that, because she brought that up before the show. But when it comes to something like that too, though, do you think that maybe there's a part of this that's like, do you think he's like trying to be careful a little bit, not do too many crazy jokes? He doesn't want to offend anybody, or what do you feel, Rox?
Well, at the basis of it, he still wants to be like true to Hispanic culture because yeah, we pretty much grew up by golpes. Basically, that means like you got your ass beat when you were a kid. But with the way that the world is evolving and changing, and a lot of that stuff that we grew up with isn't the norm anymore. And not that that's a bad thing. Like we're actually progressing. Like we should actually listen to our kids instead of beating the fuck out of them. So because people have that ever-changing mentality, people don't really want to hear that. So it's kind of like you tug at your shirt a little bit, like, I don't know if you should say that.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too. I'm wondering if like there's lots of those things that might be like talked about like in the coming days. Like, hey, like George Lopez still feels this way. It's fucked up. Which, by the way, Vampire Lover, thank you for joining us for your first time at the pre-show. If you're not really used to how this goes, right when Corey starts, we basically leave. But I would make sure to show you guys him streaming, and as well as we'll be getting the fuck out of here as soon as he gets his thing going on. But yeah, we're talking about this new special from George Lopez, and I'm thinking about this too. I don't remember myself really loving a lot of the old George Lopez stuff. There's lots of things that were kind of funny, like little bits, but like for the most part, as an album, as a comedy album, I don't think that he was ever as good as like a Louis C.K. or Eddie Murphy or Chris Rock or Richard Pryor, any of those guys. And yet, for some reason, because us Mexicans don't have a real great comedian to kind of like latch yourself onto, like we can talk about Cheech Marin or whatever, but it's like it's because of the movies that he's in, and it's lots of the acting that he's done or whatever. But George Lopez is probably like the top tier stand-up comedian that we have. Is there anybody else that you think I might be kind of forgetting, Roxy, as far as like Mexican comedians that don't get a lot of word of mouth?
Well, I was gonna say one that everyone likes to bring up is Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, Fluffy! I hate that fucking guy.
But in regards to, well, he's making big splashes here in America.
That big ass.
Not just him. I'm talking about another person. The other person that I'm talking about is huge in fucking Mexico, Eugenio Derbez. And if you guys don't know who he is, he was the guy that starred in How to Be a Latin Lover. And I think he played like a bunch of different characters in Jack and Jill. I think he played the love interest as well as the grandma.
Oh, Jesus.
In Jack and Jill, if y'all remember that.
Yeah, that fucking terrible goddamn...
Okay, look. Jack and Jill was garbage. But his parts in that fucking movie, I know they're dumb as shit, but they made me fucking cry in the theater.
So,
I was fucking dying.
Eugenio Derbez, right? Is that the person?
Eugenio.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, you just said it the right way. I'm gonna fuck it up. Eugenio Derbez. Like I'll just say it like that because I'm fucking stupid. But I mean, honestly, good job on the fucking makeup here. Like he looks like an actual old grandma. Like I didn't see anything that was kind of I don't know, like fake or whatever. That's a good job.
You got the saggy titties and everything.
Yeah, god damn, the wrinkliness on the neck and everything. Jesus Christ. Which, by the way, I'm kind of thrown off the fact that you even watched that fucking movie. I mean, like, I don't...
I saw it in theaters. I was babysitting some kids at the time, and they wanted to see it.
Oh, my God. Yikes. Did you, like, were you, like, not able to babysit them later on because they're like, no, that was abuse. You took our kids to see this fucking movie. You're an asshole.
All the adults were drinking, and I was the only one that had my license at the time.
Oh, man.
So me and a bunch of Mexican kids just went down to the theater to go watch this.
Yeah, this is you right there. It's like, hey, all right, I love this movie. But no, man, like, I mean, I guess, like, just the fact that you brought this person up and I don't know who the fuck it is, it's like, yeah, I don't really know lots of stand-up comedians in America, Mexican-Americans, that do, like, a really good job. Or not a real good job, but just, like, people that just don't get lots of screen time as far as, like, people talking about them and whatnot. And Mauricio, no, Jet's not going to show me this movie. I don't think Jet would actually want to watch this.
Yeah, I wouldn't because I can't fucking stand Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah. John Leguizamo was in a movie, or not a movie, it was actually a stand-up special called, it wasn't like Learning to be Mexican or like Latin history, some shit. I forgot the fuck what it's
Yeah,
called.
Latin history for morons. I still have to watch that. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's good or not, but I heard a
I thought
couple people
I
talking
thought it
about
was
it.
all right, babe. But honestly, it was a lot of like basic like Hispanic culture stuff with pretty much what George Lopez was doing.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
basically, like, my tia's crazy. My uncle don't want to go to the doctor. There's a bunch of machismo in Latin culture.
That, but with history.
Ah,
Yeah. I love what Game Boy said. We know Carlos Mencia been coming in with the copy pasta. Yeah, dude. Mencia, as people would call him. I think he really kind of fucked up the opportunity for lots of Mexican comedians to go on stage and do something. For one, he's not Mexican. That's another big thing. Is that this guy's real name is Ned Holdman or
Yeah.
some shit. But
wait,
like,
what?
yeah, this dude's not Mexican. He faked it. You know, he was
What?
stealing jokes from Ari Shafir, the amazing racist, and a bunch of other people, and getting away with saying a bunch of racist shit just by saying that he is this Mexican
Wait.
guy.
Carlos Mencia isn't actually Mexican?
No,
Nope.
he's not.
I didn't know
His
that.
name's Ned. Yeah, he's Hungarian. Thank you, Jill.
I think
Yeah.
he's like Guatemalan actually, or like Honduran.
Yeah. So no, it's fucking rough. And like the thing is too is like I gotta tell you, dude. When I was in school, I'm not saying like everyone's fucking stupid where I was going or whatever, but it's like we all believe this. I was there too. I'll even put myself there. I believed it. I was like, oh god, that guy, you know, he just does Mexican jokes, blah blah blah. But then when you find out that he's not Mexican, it's like now you're taking a spot that other people could have been in, and at the same time, you've used all these jokes so fucking much, and you got such a big like, you know, a big viewing bit on you. I mean, his show too, Mind of Mencia, was big. And it's kind of like, yeah, you just took everything. It sucks when somebody does that. And I think George Lopez kind of does that, except that George Lopez is not lying. But, I mean, what can you bring to the table? What can George Lopez bring that's not just the same old, hey, Donald Trump sucks, the end. You know, oh, my Mexican grandma was really hard on me. It's like, I can't, holy shit, dude, I can't fucking take that anymore. But as far as specials, though, do you watch lots of specials, Roxy, as far as stand-up goes?
Yeah, I watch a lot of them with Garrett, actually.
Hi.
Yeah, oh shit. Well, actually, I'm going to have you guys talk about stand-up a little bit as I leave and talk to Corey Coleman really quick. I'll be right back.
Coleman. But yeah, stand-up's one of my favorite things to actually check out and watch. Like I said, it's good. I laughed at it a few times and it was funny, but in terms of like overall comedy and where comedy's going and changing now, he's still just doing the same stuff from the 90s, early 2000s that he got famous for. There's no real difference, and like what Nick alluded to earlier, if you've seen Carlos Mencia, you kind of seen a lot of George Lopez's bits already, and that's because of him pretty much buying his style as well as some of his jokes as well.
So basically, fuck Ned.
Fuck Ned. That is the main
I did
fact there.
not
Fuck
know.
Ned.
I did not know he was not Mexican.
Nah, that was the biggest thing that Joe Rogan came out on him for and was yelling at him about. Like, the dude's not even really Mexican, man.
So he was
But
Mexican.
then again, he went and defended what's her name when she got caught stealing jokes. Fuck.
Oh, you're right. I forgot
Who?
who the fuck it was.
Amy Schumer?
Yeah, Amy Schumer, yeah.
Yeah. This shit was intense. So there was parts where Joe Rogan's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, basically. There's even a part too where, because it's not just Mexicans that he was stealing jokes from. Bobby Lee, the Asian dude who was on like Mad TV and stuff. Apparently, like Joe Rogan had a secret camera, like just kind of like chilling by the side, and he's like, "Hey man, like, what do you think about Carlos Mencia? Hey, why don't you tell some of your jokes?" He's like, "Well, let me tell some of his," and they kind of caught him like, "Yeah, he's stealing from me too," and I actually love the guy. I'm scared of him because he's such a big personality. You know, it's like one of those things like you don't want to rebel against a guy who's successful because that means you're not going to be successful. But
It wasn't like that Bobby Lee got put on the show a couple times too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fucking rough, man. You know, let me see this person. Jemiah, he says, watch Eric Andre's new stand special. It's on Netflix. I actually will. There's a few up there too. I know like Tom Segura did something called Ball Hog. Burt Kreischer did something too. So lots of people are doing that. Which
I
speaking
think
of
his special was called "Got Drugged from a Friend."
How not to get drugged by a racist. Speaking of that too, because lots of these specials are happening, not specials, but some of these stand-up comedian bits or whatever happening at you know, drive-ins and whatnot, which is actually cool. I actually like that happening so much. But the thing is, on top of that happening, many people are actually going straight to drive-ins, including horror movies. So this is something that's actually thrown to me from Roxy. She threw it right in my stupid fucking face. And it's actually about Evil Dead. And the thing is, as soon as she sent this to me, right away a message was saying, "Oh, that's cool, man," because I thought this is about a sequel or something. I was so hyped, but apparently it's just Evil Dead's going to be in the drive-in. New dates and locations were announced. But do you feel like this is still stupid, Roxy? The fact that they want to have these movies happen at drive-ins and people are still going to be near each other and whatnot?
Well, let's be honest. How many people do you know have been following the quarantine guidelines like exactly to a T?
Yeah, no one at all. I mean,
A very, very, very small number.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it kind of eases some of that frustration, some of that cabin fever that people have going on. So it's kind of like the experience of going out, and basically you're getting out of the house. You're still sitting in a car, but at least you're watching a movie, outside. It's not in your house. So it kind of eases some of that stress and some of that anxiety that people get from being in the house all day.
Yeah. By the way, I like how I said no one. I did realize, like, okay, well, I mean, I am technically one, but at the same time, it's like I've actually gone out and not worn a mask and shit. And at the same time, I actually thought too about these movie theaters opening up back in Arizona. Like, maybe I'll go see it. Like with Candyman, I actually am kind of it's worth me risking a little bit to go see that movie if they're not gonna have some kind of like home release, whatever the fuck. But Ganja, what are your thoughts about like not only this Evil Dead thing happening at drive-ins, but especially the stand-up stuff? Do you think this?
I think it's a good way to try to find a way to circumnavigate the need for a live studio audience and getting people in such close quarters where there's a risk of transferring the virus. But at the end of the day, Dave Chappelle said it the best. Like, yeah, man, that's just not the same. Honking the horn is not as good as laughter. So I think you're gonna see people start to risk it more and more of like the fucking like libertarian type business types that are gonna like be like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna have my comedy club open to the mat with no mask. Come laugh and be free and all that bullshit.
Oh, hell no.
But it's fun, and I think people that want to mind about their health, I can see it catching on. But it's not the same experience. At least with driving movies, that has like a staple in history,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Julian's saying they're also doing open mics on the beach, which is fucking crazy because he just left L.A. and L.A. was saying some really stupid shit of like, hey, you can go to the beach and chill there, but you can't have chairs or some shit. It was like some ridiculous thing of like you can be there, but you can't do this. But it's like the fact that I'm there is already risking it. So why the fuck would these other things actually like? It's almost like they made a rule like don't have fun, don't be relaxed over here at the fucking beach. So I don't know, that's stupid. But Jed, I'm gonna ask you, what are you feeling about like Evil Dead or any kind of old movie actually getting people to go into one place again to get the theater experience, especially at drive-in?
Honestly, like, while you were talking about the whole drive-through thing and people honking instead of laughing, I was just like thinking to myself, that's the most hillbilly shit I think I've ever heard in my fucking life.
No shit. Like
That's
this
some
situation right here.
hillbilly ass shit. And no, I will not go into any drive-through watching movies because people are assholes. There's gonna be that one person who basically honks their horn throughout the entire movie and shit. So there's gonna be something happening.
Yeah, no, it's fucking stupid. But do you feel like it's worth like? I mean, granted, the stand-up comedy thing's stupid, but like, okay, well, let me ask you this: like, if I were to put like a time or date for you to be like, okay, for sure, Jet's gonna give movies or theaters a chance again, would that be in 2020, or are you gonna wait till like way
That
after?
is not gonna be anywhere in 2020. It's probably gonna be mid to 2021, maybe.
Really? Even if like the virus ends next month, like it just like, oh, we
It
found a
ain't-
cure, we're good.
We are in probably the worst place for the virus right now. It ain't ending anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting sick. I don't want to catch that shit.
I get you, but it's just like sometimes, dude. I'm not like I say I'm gonna leave, but like at the same time, it's like I'm not really being driven too crazy because I'm fucking used to being stuck inside my house. But it's just like, dude, at a certain point, like this is creating more of a problem. I understand people wanting to go chill and whatnot and have all these cars over here, but imagine trying to get the fuck out of there. That's ridiculous.
Someone backs up, and then next thing you know, you got to get repairs on your fucking car.
Yeah, in situations like this, it's like, okay, I know you guys want to do this and hang out and everything, but like, why not go to a movie theater and not sit next to each other? Like, maybe they can do a thing where they only sell like half the tickets, and like when you buy a seat or whatever the fuck, and they ask you like, hey, where do you want to sit? You can't pick a seat that's close to another seat. Like you could do things like that. Like, there's enough stuff in our technology that we can pull some shit like that instead of just doing something silly like, hey, let's all gather our cars in here. If my fucking windows roll down and I sneeze, like, I can still get you sick. That's not 6 feet distancing right there. They're close. What the fuck?
Also, like, let's say like something like this gets really popular, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Lines of cars basically trying to get to this. Like, it's gonna be traffic.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's gonna be annoying as shit.
But yeah, man. But as far as Evil Dead goes, like, I do think that's cool. They're bringing out old school movies again, and I feel like this is something that should have been done before the virus happened. what's the theater experience, Roxy, that you wish you would have gotten, but you were like born way too fucking late?
I mean, I actually went to a drive-through theater.
Oh, really? Okay. But like, I mean, but what's a movie though that you wish you would have saw though? Like when it was still in theaters.
Candyman's a big one for me.
Yeah, really, the first one. I thought that was pretty cool, but like I thought you were gonna say something like Exorcist or some like really big tentpole fucking movie.
Well, yeah, that too, but it's just like I don't want to sit next to someone that's really religious and just starts throwing up
Oh,
everywhere. I'm not trying to get thrown up on. I've already gone through enough fucking shit in my fucking line of work. I don't need nobody throwing up on me no more.
No more.
We're throwing
No
hands.
more.
I am not on the clock. I am not at work. I will beat your fucking ass if you try to throw up on me or do some shit like that.
Mauricio in the chat saying Terminator 2. I was born
Yes!
around this time, yeah, but the thing is, I didn't get to see this in the movie theater because I don't know.
Same. I was too young, so I had to watch it on VHS with my dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. Now that I just remembered, Terminator 2. It's not a movie though. It was like a ride/attraction at Universal. Where they had Terminator 2 and they had like live action like someone actually shot off like a real shotgun.
Oh shit.
So they don't have this here in Florida, but I think they still have it in Japan. Like they still do the whole like fireworks, the whole fucking shebang. I want to see that shit.
I need that shit.
That would still freak me the fuck out though, because what if something goes wrong with the pyrotechnics and it's like,
You
hey,
get your head blown off.
I know it's like I'll be back. Not me! Just fucking like fire all over my face.
I'm not being back after this.
But how about you though, Ganja? What's something that you wish you would have had the theatrical experience with way back in the day, but you were born too late?
Oh, shit. Star Wars, I think. The
Really?
first run of Star Wars. I think I would have loved to see that and like what the experience would have been like, and like not have an understanding like CGI technology and like actually be amazed about the stuff they're doing.
Yeah, like I bet people would have freaked the fuck out too. It'd be fun to like go back in time and know what we get to have now, but see people's reactions like, "Oh my god, look at that! It's a fucking spaceship! I can't believe it!" You know, like just losing their fucking mind. Jed, I'm expecting you're not gonna say anything because you don't really like fantasize about movies all that much as we do. But is there a movie that you wish you would have saw the theatrical release for?
I actually thought about this earlier when you guys were talking about stuff, but there's one scene in a particular movie where I would love to basically see everyone's face when it happens, and
What?
that's Seven with the
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
The
what's in the
bed
box?
scene. Well, that one too, but there's also another scene in there with like a dude laying on a bed and whatever.
Yeah, this movie's so fucking unnerving. I love this movie. Yeah, because I didn't see this back in the day. Jed is actually the one that showed me this. But, yeah, but what scene you're talking about? Like, just the fact... I want to, like, write it down. Is it, like, a big spoiler? Or, like, do we even care at this point?
I mean, the movie did come out in like 1991, so it's just like it's basically a scene where they think someone's dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Because I'm already, like, not remembering certain things, but, yeah. Ugh. Ew, yuck. What the this is not even from there. This is from,
That's
from,
gross.
Yeah, this is from that fucking Gamer movie with Gerard Butler. See what the hell? I wrote 7. You guys are liars. But
You betrayed me. You hurt my feelings.
how you do this? The Crow, Mauricio, dude, that's a great one. The Crow. Oh, that would have been so fucking cool.
That one makes Diaz's pee-pee hard.
Well, I mean, no, but but no, man. Like, yeah, the Matrix. I don't know. I saw that. That was kind of.
Matrix alright.
Dude, I tell you, Matrix still looks stupid when I first saw it too. When it does a slow motion thing, it's like, sure, bullets, man. It's like, fuck you.
I keep expecting a fart to come out, for being honest.
Wait, for me?
No, not from you.
Yeah.
From Keanu Reeves.
Oh
Like
yeah.
when he bends backwards and like dodges bullets. I can't do that shit. My back would crack. My hip would crack. I'd let out a fart. Some kind of shit would happen to me.
Dude, I'll pay you to do that. Like next time when we're like chilling and whatnot, like in real life, I'm gonna pay you to do like your own version of the Matrix fucking bullet dodge. Like just, oh no, like, just
My hip.
My hip.
making Lopez noises. Oh no, no. But
Just fall backwards and shit.
but Ganja Guru, I'm gonna have you tell us a little something about where to find you when you do your podcast and whatnot, because I just fucked that all up. Jesus.
Hey, I'm gonna fuck it up too now. Ready? Go check me out, the Metropolis Collective, where I have a podcast called The Mighty Podcast, where me, Ruthless, and the Great Birdman break down culture stuff, talk about politics, do all kinds of crazy shit, and explain to you why blackface is not fun. But besides that, go check it out. Check out the Patreon. And of course, I just got a sports show on there called The Sport Podcast. So go check that out as well.
Oh, yes, Metro Sports. Go hang out, go chill, go do all that stuff. Cedric's going to be talking about, like, sports.
Shoes.
And little shoes. Little shoes. Little shows, little shoes, little feet. I love you guys very much. Go watch the episode right now. Go do it. Go. Bye.